Hello everyone, welcome to yet another episode of the VIT Today FYI. I am Pragya Tomar on the Hathras rape case. Being in the 21st century with technology, digitalization, and development being flaunted all over the country and the world at large, the need to talk about the subject how safe are women in India and why is the pace of the operation of the Indian judiciary so gradual still reverberates. Rape is one of the India's most common crimes against women. Statistics show that in India, a girl is raped every 15 minutes without differentiating between a 3-year-old kid or an 80-year-old lady. But majority of it reveals that female youth are the most vulnerable group for rape victimization. Lately, the Hathras case shook the conscience of the entire nation. The bleak image of the burning pyre illuminating a ghastly night while policemen stood guards will be etched in the India's collective memory forever. A 19-year-old Dalit girl who had been allegedly raped by four upper caste men and assaulted at Hathras village in Uttar Pradesh on the September 14th succumbed to her injuries on September 29th. She was cremated in the dead of the night with the family claiming that they were kept away from her last rites. This was another unconscionable atrocity committed in Uttar Pradesh. She was brutally assaulted when she was doing her daily chores with her mother collecting fodder in the fields. Her spinal cord was fractured and tongue slashed. This inhuman act follows a string of sexual violence cases in Uttar Pradesh and elsewhere in India, highlights the grim truths, primarily that the safety of women in India is not a guarantee despite the stringent laws in place. The CM of UP seems to have his own interpretation of the law. So, after the victim died, his officials and police went to extraordinary lengths to prove that the rape never happened. The only evidence of this horrifying act is her dying declaration. But will this be enough to convict the four upper caste men that she named? The response to the Hathras rape case demonstrates once again the resilience of the caste system as an abiding barrier to justice in India. Caste tension continues to simmer down on the grounds with its inevitable cycles of humiliation, violence, and inequities. Every culture and religion has its own custom to dignify the dead body, to help collective human communities deal with it. But the Hathras victim was denied every dignity accorded to the dead. Did they place her like a carcass on the pyre, those unworthy policemen, or did they muster humanity enough to place it gently? Perhaps for them, a Dalit body is beyond ritual purification, so it did not matter. Imagine if one upper caste woman was raped by four Dalit men. Imagine how the whole situation would have turned around. No policeman would have dared to cover it up. No DM would have dared to threaten the victim's father. No district magistrate would have dared to deny the respect and collective support that they deserve. The law enforcement officers have been busy spreading misleading news, including one in which she was beaten nearly to death by her own brother, who discovered that she was having an affair with one of the attackers. If stories like these were true and they had nothing to hide, they wouldn't have prevented the media and politicians from entering the village where the victim's family lives. They would have allowed them to mourn to the brutalization of their daughter's body. But for them, a Valmiki is different. Even if our slogans say that she was our daughter, our sister, let these not just be anodyne slogans that paper over the reality of the whole case. She was a daughter that many Indians would not let her son marry. She was a daughter who would not be allowed to enter the kitchen or touch food. Yes, a daughter, but a caste marked daughter. Her fate was decided at birth. The autopsy report, the news, the police, and the government all in denial of the victim being raped. The lack of dignity was given to the victim even in her death, and alleged disrespect was shown to her grieving family. Women of all castes can and do become victims of sexual violence, ignoring the caste dynamics. Women are already denied justice. This case just got worse by the fact that the victim was a Dalit. Being on the lower end of the spectrum, they are the most vulnerable. Rape isn't just a sexual urge, but it's a tactic to impose the dominance of one community over the other, one religion over the other, or man over women. It was brutal and it was utterly ordinary because it happens every day. But the crux of the matter over other factors is that the authorities have not effectively implemented the laws. A day after the Hathras victim breathed her last, a website called Justice for Hathras was created, and thousands of people were linked with the website through fake IDs. The website was set in motion overnight. As the UP officials pointed out, the website was not a complete one, but a landing page that was hosted by a common platform called CAD. The objective of this website was to create a wedge between the majority communities of the country. Objectionable content pertaining to inciting riots and safeguarding oneself during a riot were also mentioned. Sensitive topics such as educating rioters about what they should wear, how they should carry themselves to the rally, and how to escape tear gas and police protection were also mentioned with full details. To build caste friction, misleading and objectionable content about the Hathras rape case were mentioned on the website. Eventually, the website was taken down. It's a shame that rapes take place every day. It has become a disease that attacks us from our parties to workplace to our homes. Rapes and domestic violence have become a norm without boundaries. I know it takes 100 times greater push for us women to prove our self worth and gain respect than any deserving or non deserving man in any sphere of life. But trust me, once you become fearless, once you frame your own life with your own terms and break all the boundaries of inequality, the world will have no choice but to respect you and to treat you equally. Today, I want to ask you, women, how safe do you feel in your own country? Do you think that the Indian judiciary system and law they are doing enough justice to women and the rape victims in our country? Please comment down below about what you think.